Hey kindergarten and first grade friends, it's Miss Kent and this week we're going to continue our unit about making drawings using basic shapes. Last week we worked with ovals, this week we're going to work with rectangles. So let's get started. So I have my sheet of paper here, and I'm going to do a similar thing to last week where we're going to do 4 different drawings that start with a rectangle, but then we build on the rectangle to make something new. And on this side, we're going to draw things together, and on the other side, I'm going to challenge you to draw 4 things that come from your very own imagination. So to start, I'm going to start with something more simple. So I'm going to draw a skinny rectangle. It's not very tall, that's what I meant by, skinny. I'm just going to draw a rectangle like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into a hat. And so the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to draw a little rainbow shape on top of it. And then if I want to, I can give it a little pom-pom on top. And it's like a little winter hat. Easy peasy. I can make it look like it's knitted with this kind of line, or I can give it a design that's all my own idea. I can even give it some fluff on the rectangle. But starting with the basic rectangle, I made a hat. For the next one, this one's going to be a little bit more complicated. I'm actually going to start with 2 rectangles. I'm going to do one, I'm going to do a second smaller one like this. I'm going to connect it with another little rectangle. So you can see this rectangle, and there's a little rectangle here, and a big rectangle. What do you think this looks like? Good. Well, I was thinking of making it a robot. So this is my robot head. So I'm going to use more rectangles for the mouth. I'll do normal circle eyes. Maybe it's got some antennas. Maybe it's got some rectangle arms. Maybe even rectangle legs. Bigger rectangle feet. Lots of rectangles in my robot. I'm going to do little claw hands here. And the way that I did that was a rainbow shape, a little rainbow shape in between, and I connected them. And maybe there's a control panel on my robot with some buttons. I can be creative with that. So far I have a hat and a robot. All right, we're going to do 2 more rectangle drawings together, and then you're going to use your imagination for 4 more. Okay, so the next rectangle I'm going to draw this one small. I'm just going to draw a normal rectangle like that. And I'm going to put some circles on the bottom here. Maybe there's kind of overlapping circles happening here, but I don't see this part because it's overlapping. So I've got shapes there, maybe even a few more right there. And then I'm going to draw another rectangle attached, another rectangle here. So if you haven't figured it out yet, I am indeed drawing a truck. And this is where it gets complicated because I'm building it all together. So this might be, the basic thing. But because this is all one piece of the car or the truck, I'm going to erase this line because they connect. I can draw a window. Maybe there's a person inside. There's a steering wheel. Maybe even some headlights. And that's a basic truck. I don't know. You can decide what kind of truck it is and put decorations maybe on the side. So I have a hat, a robot, and now I have a truck. All right. Last but not least, down here kind of small, we're going to do one more rectangle thing. So I'm going to start with a rectangle. And I'm going to draw a bunch of other rectangles. So I'm going to line, and I'm going to use the side of this rectangle as this side. So they kind of share a side, if that makes sense. I'm going to just draw as many as I can fit, all different widths. That means how wide they are, and heights, how tall they are. I'm just going to draw a whole bunch of them until I go off my paper like that. And I can kind of connect them. And then if I put a bunch of little rectangles inside, I can start to get a cityscape. Okay, there's a door here. And maybe some of them have triangle roofs. Maybe some of them have domed roofs. I can kind of build my city from there. So rectangle, 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 door, rectangle. And then I could do like the Batman building in Nashville, some little things. I can be creative with this. I can give it all sorts of different, I can even do different shapes of windows. Maybe this one has a window that's like that and like that. So I'm building a city. So all of these things we were able to create just using shapes. So what things are you able to create when you just use shapes? Today, our go-to shape is the rectangle. Last week we did the oval. So my challenge to you is once you finish these 4 things using rectangles, you're going to flip your paper over and you're going to draw 4 rectangles of your own. They can be any size, height, width you want them to be, and see what you can turn them into using your imagination. I hope you guys have fun with this, and if you want to send me a message in Dojo with pictures of your art, I would love to see it, but you don't have to turn anything in. Today is about practicing and stretching our imagination. Have fun. I'll see you guys soon.